unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFall TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Rotherham here. I'm joined by Tony Bellew.
Hello.
He's slim looking, Tony Bellew.
Is it? I didn't know. Didn't think it
Your
was.
face, yeah.
Thank you. I'm not the fat boy at the minute then.
No, because I took a picture with you at the Manchester Next Gen show.
Yes.
And you looked a bit porkier then.
Thank you. Porky. Okay.
Porkier.
Bit bigger, I'd say. But I'm just training, getting ready for May the 5th.
Not long to go now.
No. We're into the last 2 hard weeks. The worst part of camp. So, the part where the body breaks.
I think your food has arrived, sorry.
Here you are, sir.
Thank you very much, boss.
For you, sir.
See that how good the coach is. You can source me food.
This is what you eat during... I know you post all this stuff out, but...
Yeah. Body fuel. Do fantastic food. So, spinach, broccoli, sweet potato, and chicken. So, I've just got to break the greens down because I don't really like crunching stuff. I don't really like greens, but I have to eat it, don't I? So, if I have my way like this today, it's a beef fried rice or something like that, or special, or I don't know. But
you can do that on the 6th of May.
yeah, you're right, KUGAN. That's if anywhere's left open by the time I finish, but I'm sure we'll find somewhere to deliver. You know, last time we just had to settle for pizzas, so I don't know. Let's just finish the fight safely first, because let me tell you, David Haye is doing everything he can and really wants to hit me in this fight. He wants to prove the fight only happened because I was injured or because Bellew this or that, but you know, we'll see on May the 5th.
Is there a subconscious concern in the back of your head until you both get in the ring?
No, not mine.
Say that again.
No, not in mine. As in what you mean? It's going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to happen. I know it is. I ain't put my body through absolute hell by thinking, should it, would it, could it. I know it's happening. I know it's happening. So don't worry about that. May the 5th, David Haye's getting in the ring. Trust me, I know he is. I just know. I know he's getting in that ring.
I certainly hope so.
He is, Cougs.
Yeah.
He's getting in the ring.
No reason to think otherwise.
No,
everything seems to be going alright, so...
He's getting in the ring. So, it's just first time in his whole career. He's fighting for his career. First time in his whole life. I've been on this stage many times with my careers on the line. My career was on the line in Chalemba 2, Masternach, BJ Flores, David Haye 1, Edson Miranda. My career's just always on the line because what happens is, when you're not a pay-per-view fighter, you're one loss away from being finished. So you see how when Gav McDonald went into that fight, the Gamaliel fight, I've been there where he's been. You lose that fight, you're irrelevant. No one needs you anymore. No one wants you. I've been there. Bloody hell. I was there after I won a big fight, for God's sake. I won the Cleverly Turia match and it was like I had my career finished. But, so you know, it's... But I remember them times. I remember how hard it is to come back. David Haye's never been there. Never ever been there. Never been where he's fighting for his career. Because there's always been an excuse. Loses the first fight to Carl Thompson. Wasn't experienced enough. It's a gamble. And we can come back. We can say, you know, it wasn't the right time. I didn't have enough experience. Okay. Loses that fight, comes back, wins a world title, does great, wins in Paris, fantastic. Goes up against the big boys. Loses against Vladimir Klitschko. I've got a sore toe. It's embarrassing as it is. I mean, just why didn't you just come out and say you're not big enough and good enough? No shame in losing to the bigger, better man. No shame at all. But to come out and blame a little toe is just unbelievable. I still can't believe he got on the table and said it. So, and then he loses to me in the first fight, and it's an Achilles. But fair play to him, he didn't say that. So I've got to give him credit there. And to be fair play, could have easy, in my opinion, should have stopped, but didn't. Fought all the way through. I give him an immense amount of credit for that. And I'd kind of backed him into a corner, to be honest, KUGAN, where he couldn't. That's the fact and truth of it. You was there to fight, the build up for fight week, and I kept goading him. Don't you quit now. When it gets tough, don't you spew it. Don't you quit. And that kind of came back to bite me on the ass. So.
How does this fight look like, the build up to this fight, compare to that of the original fight last year? With people's attitudes as well, because everyone obviously thought you were going to get ironed out in a couple of rounds.
Everyone tuned in and everyone paid to see me get ironed out in a few rounds, because that's what you all believed. That's just a fact. I'm
no, it's true. It's
I'm a
actually
realist.
true.
I'm not a fancist. Everyone tuned in on March the 4th to see Tony Bellew get knocked clean out in 2 rounds. That's what you all thought, regardless of how you want to put it. Don't come at me with all this shit of, oh, I bet money on you. I bet money. I won money on you, mate. You bet money on me because I was the only person worth betting on in the fight. You couldn't have bet on him because you'd have got about 10 pence back for your pound. So, you know, I'm not stupid. I'm very thankful to people for the support. But let's just be totally straight and honest. A handful of people thought I was really going to win that fight. A handful. And 3 of them were living in my house. So, that is what it is.
But
Like I say, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I know where I've come from, know where I've been, and I know how the business works. That's one thing I do know. I ain't no one's fool. Especially David Hayes, as we've seen on March the 4th.
But the way David Haye's been in this build-up since it was announced, or the original fight was announced last year, David's kind of attitude seems to be different.
It's because he tried the intimidation game with me, KUGAN, and he realised there's not a man alive who can intimidate me. I'm not scared of people. I don't know why anyone can be scared of another man because he's only got 2 arms and 2 legs like you. Yeah. So, I just don't get it. And he finally realised he couldn't intimidate me. And you know when he realised? When he finally stepped in the ring. And I laughed in his face. So, he knows he can't intimidate me now, so it changes the dimension of everything. It changes his perspective on how he looks at me. So now what he has to do is, he knows he can't intimidate me. So now he's going to try and play it cool, calm, and he's going to try and let his boxing do the talking. Happy days, bring it on, because I'm better prepared for that version than I was the last version, to be totally honest. I've studied that version his whole career. The nice boxer, the slick moves, the feints, the strong jab, the left hook that he's working on. I've seen that. I know eventually what he's doing with Ismail Salas will go out the window and he will revert to type. That is what everybody does. I revert to type. I calm it down. I use my brain. People have to remember, it ain't a 5-round fight. And after 5 rounds, we've still got 7 more rounds to go. And I'm fully aware of that. I don't think he is. I just think, in his mind, what happened in the first fight happened because David got an injury. Everyone goes on to me, I see on social media, lad, you'd lost all first 5 rounds. No, I never. Don't talk shit to me. I know boxing, and I know that you reward defence as much as you reward attack when it's used appropriately and correctly. How many times did I make David miss and look stupid? How many times did I throw him to the ropes? How many times did I counterpunch him with right hands or left hooks? In the first round I countered him with a left hook that made him jump back and nearly out of his boots. If I can't punch, why didn't David just walk me down? No one's asked him that question, because his reaction after the fight was, I don't feel any pain at all, he can't punch, the only pain I feel is in me Achilles. They were his words. If that's the case, why didn't you just walk me down and just take everything I had and then just knock me out? Because we both know you're the bigger puncher of the 2 of us. Oh, he carries the more weight, all the advantages are on his side. I'm just a little fat cruiserweight who just turns up for a payday, aren't I? According to him.
he says if he doesn't look good against you, win or lose, that he'll consider calling it a day.
He's retiring anyway on May the 5th. I'm going to retire him. He has no say in this, KUGAN. The minute he signed the contract for the first fight, his career was over, in my eyes. Styles make fights in boxing, and it's not always necessarily the better guy that wins. It's the guy with the style that can adapt and adjust that wins. If boxing was all about the best fighter always wins, Sugar Ray Leonard would have went undefeated his whole career. Sugar Ray Robinson would have never have been beaten ever in his life. But that's just not how it works. And that's not reality. The reality is, some fighters have off days. The reality is, my style just isn't right for David Hayes. Is David Haye better than me? Will his legacy be better than mine? Absolutely yes. Is David Haye a better boxer than me? In some aspects, yeah. Is he stronger? Is he faster than me? Possibly, yeah. Has he got a better boxing brain? Absolutely no. Are his feet better than mine? No. So it's just little things, but it takes nothing away from the career he's had. He's had a fantastic career, KUGAN. Look what he's done. From British, did he win a British title? Yeah, I think he did. British, Commonwealth, European, world champion, undisputed world heavy cruiserweight champion. He wasn't fully undisputed though, because he did dodge a couple of other champions. For the people out there who don't actually know, so you know, he stayed well away from the likes of Fabrice Tiozzo. He stayed well away from the likes of O'Neal Bell. So, you know, his career was manufactured very well, which there's nothing wrong with that. He was in a position of power, but David Hayes never fought or won a final eliminator in his life. David Hayes never had to go through the rankings like I had to. So, they're just different things that different fighters have to do at different times. And, you know, that's what's made me the fighter I am. Can't complain. I'm very happy with where I've got. I'm a fighter who's got where he's got with much less talent, athleticism and ability than David Hayes ever had. And it's funny, isn't it? Now we're sharing the same stage, but I'm the fighter who's the fat cruiserweight who can't do nothing. So I'm sharing it with the absolutely unbelievably gifted, aesthetically great athlete that is David Haye, and he's just putting up with some little fat Scouse cruiserweight.
Last week, Tyson Fury announced his return to the ring on June the 9th.
I've seen a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Good
interesting and good.
I'm happy to see him back, regardless of what he says, because he always gives me a little bit, doesn't he? You know, but regardless of that, I'm very happy to see him back. So it's brilliant for boxing that he's back. Like I say, don't agree with everything he says, but it's good for boxing that he's back, and it's good for him. Personally, I like Tyson Fury. He's a damn good fella. I like his family. I like his dad. I like his uncle. I like his cousin. Good people. Good people. If the world still lived by the rules they live by, the world would be a much safer place. I've got nothing but respect for him and his family. I really do like them. He's a good lad. But he does say some outlandish shit, some crazy stuff, but fair play to him. He stands by his beliefs and whatever have you, and you can only respect a man like that. So fair play to him.
Obviously, since Joshua's win, and we caught up with you after Joshua's fight in Cardiff a few weeks ago, but against Parker. But all the talk gathering now is over the offers, the splits between him and Wilder.
You know, I find it very stupid that someone has to talk about percentages and splits and money. You either want to fight or you don't. It's just that simple. At the end of the day, you're talking about the biggest draw in the world of boxing, Anthony Joshua, so you're always going to be playing second fiddle to him. It's unrealistic. So, I don't know. Just, it needs addressing, doesn't it? It's a fight that everyone wants to see. It's a fight that Anthony wants to happen. I do know that, 100%. So I think eventually it will happen, but there's so many egos to overcome, and it ain't just the egos of the fighters, it's the egos of the men behind the fighters that they have to overcome.
What, like Hearn?
No, not at all. I don't mean Eddie at all when I say that, because to be fair, there's one thing that Eddie doesn't have when it comes to negotiations. When it's in negotiations, he has no ego, and he doesn't have no ego purely because the financials and the statistics don't lie. So that's why Eddie has no ego whatsoever in when you know, in the conditions for the fight. He can't have, because you either sell or you don't. It's that simple. You can't have egos when you're sitting down and going, like, this guy does this many buys, or this guy does this many, or this one pays to see this, or that. You can't have any egos in a room where you're all negotiating. It either works or it doesn't, and that's how Eddie is. Eddie's from an accountancy-based family, so he understands numbers and he knows how to deliver them. Simple as that. And he's very similar to Joshua. Eddie N always delivers. Always delivers. No one can knock him. His pedigree, what he's done. He's took boxing to another level in this country. Because I've been in the game 10 years now, fighting as a professional for 10 years. And he's the best promoter this country's ever seen. Without a shadow of a doubt. There's not even anything close. But the numbers don't lie, Cougs. I think they've sold Wembley, Cardiff twice. Wembley's 90, Cardiff's 80, 90, 170, 250.
At least
250,000 seats in 3 fights. No other promoter in the history's ever done that in this sport. So he's took it to another level. Pay-per-view buys. I would predict Joshua's done 3 million pay-per-view buys in his last 3 fights. Yeah. Well, just on or just under.
Yeah, maybe
It's there or thereabouts. Just on 3 million in the last 3 fights. Ain't no one doing numbers like that, has ever done numbers like that in Britain. So, the last time we've seen anything close to that's Ricky Hatton. So, you know, he's took boxing to another level. He really has. And don't get me wrong, it's not just Eddie, because Eddie can't do it on his own. He needs the fighters to deliver their side. That's why I said to you, Anthony Joshua and Eddie, they both deliver. And fair play to them both.
Do you think Wilder wants to fight though? I mean,
yeah, I do. He does want it, because Wilder's all about the money as well. Make no mistake about that. What I can't get my head round, and what frustrates me ever so slightly, is this guy was willing to go to Russia to face Alexander Povetkin. Russia, the most stingy place in the world, you know. The thing of what they're doing to fighters, but he's willing to go. You know, you had a fighter who there's been not just one occasion, a couple of fighters who've gone over there, passed the drug test on the Thursday before the Friday weigh-in, and then failed the drug test on the Sunday after the fight. It just doesn't sit right with me. So fighters have done it. There's, on a couple of occasions, I think Duradola was one, after he beat Kudashov, and I think another one was Lucas Brown. Passes on the Thursday, fails on the Sunday or the Saturday. So something not right there. But my point is, Deontay Wilder's willing to go to Russia, and I hate bringing up figures, but I'm just telling you the facts. Was willing to go to Russia for a $7.2 million pay split. I think that's what the winning bid was, to put on Povetkin versus Wilder. But yeah, he's not willing to come over here for, I think, what's the offer that's being made?
Well, 5 times his last purse, which is roughly between 12 and 13 million.
Well,
allegedly.
A pay split of $7.2 million, so I think it's 80-20 by the WBC. So 80-20 on 7.2 million. That would leave him around about $5 million. That would have been his highest ever payday. He's been offered double his highest ever payday. That what he's been offered. What he was going to Russia for. He was going to Russia with $5 million. I find it hard to believe. So, but like I said, once again, we come to the part of the egos behind the man. Because if you just said right now to Deontay Wilder, $10 million to fight Anthony Joshua, he'd be on the first plane over. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. But the men behind him are going, hang on a minute, we deserve more than that, because you've got a belt, we all want paying. You know, I seen the comment Deontay Wilder made, and he said, Eddie Hearn's just another man making money off the black man.
He's another white man milking a black
making
man,
money off the back of a black man.
or
So,
milking.
milking money. Okay, so
Something like along those terms.
So pretty simple. Does Shelley Finkel work for him for free? I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Shelley Finkel don't work for no one for free, mate. He didn't work for Mike Tyson for free, and he certainly don't work for Deontay Wilder for free. So is he milking money off your back as well? No. Race, colour, has nothing to do with anything. Simple fact is, businessmen do business. Fighters fight. Managers manage. Promoters promote. That's all it's down to. Colour's got nothing to do with anything. That's just a really stupid comment to make. Really stupid comment, so I hope I put that into context.
What did you make of his infamous comment recently about wanting a body on his record?
Oh, it's just disgusting. Now I know people have said that because David Haye highlighted this video that he made me and said, "You are dead, you are dead." If you really think I believe and mean that, you moron, then whatever. But I've got a pair of shorts on and a pair of boxing gloves on. You're dead is like me in the school playground, lad. When I get you, you're dead. So you know. It is what it is. If you really believe I meant that, then more fool you. I have never, ever, ever once in my whole career stated I would want to hurt someone or intentionally hurt someone. If anything, I don't even know what I pray to because I don't believe I'm not really religious, but I just pray both of us come out and safe. That's all I care. That's all I want, Cougs. I'm even at the stage of my career now, you know what, where and I never thought I'd say this, but it'll change when I'm walking the ring because winning is everything. But sitting here right now, winning isn't everything. Being safe is everything, but I know when I'm walking to that ring that my mindset, I'm a freak, that everything's on winning. When I'm walking the ring, when the gloves go on, I want to do damage, lad, I want to fight, but when you come back and step away from it, because it ain't real. What you see in a boxing ring, what you see, what things that people say, things to you, it ain't real. It's all hype and bullshit. It's cameras, lights, action, and you get caught up in it, and you say things you don't mean, or you say things, or they're perceived in a different way.
You said in the past that you're prepared to die in the ring.
I'll die before I quit. I didn't say I'm willing to die, because obviously I don't want to die, but I'll die before I quit.
What was the exact quote you said? It was a few years ago, actually.
Lots a few years ago, Steve Bunce jumped on it straight away. I said, I'll die before I quit. I can't, and that scares me. But I know I can't quit. You don't go back to where I'm from, mate, by quitting. Can't go home if I quit. Couldn't show my face ever again, so I can never quit. You'll put me fast asleep before I'll ever quit. I'll go out on a stretcher, and that's the frightening reality that I live with, and I have. I will go out to sleep on a stretcher before I quit, and that's not a good thing to say, but it's a fact. I'm not proud of that. It frightens me, it scares me, to be honest. But what can you do? I know the person I am. I can never quit. Just ask me mates who I play Wednesday 8-a-side footy with. Mate, I just can't. I can't afford to. I just hate losing in life, and I could never quit KUGAN. I just can't do it. I've never quit anything. I've never quit anything in my life.
Wilder's explanation for his comments about wanting a body on his record,
in the third person, didn't he?
Is like his alter ego, the Bronze Bomber. When he's the Bronze Bomber, that's, you know.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as your alter ego. It's either in you or it's not. You either want to hit someone or you don't. I've no fighter. I've never used to believe it anyway, and no fighter could really go into the ring and want to hurt people. I've seen Mike Tyson come out and say, I punched him in the nose, push his nose into his skull. But you just know he doesn't really mean that, because he didn't throw that punch continuously. He tried different things. You know, he's hitting him to the body. So, but for Deontay Wilder to sit there and slowly break it down, I just found it very inappropriate. I found it very... What's the word I'm looking for? I found it very weird. Just wrong. I couldn't believe you were saying it. I can't think of the word. I took a few punches today. It just didn't sit with me right. Like, he sat there, KUGAN, and slowly thought about what he was saying. You know, I want that body on my record. Why, mate? What's that prove? That prove you're a bigger puncher or you're more dangerous than him? No, it doesn't mean nothing. I don't take someone's life. That fella's probably fighting for something. 90% of us aren't fighting for ourselves. Some people are fighting to provide a living, or we're fighting to earn a living. 90% of us. Because no one would be stupid enough to do this crazy sport. Like, I would not be a boxer if I didn't have a family behind me. Because do you think I'm doing this stupid shit day in, day out for me? I couldn't do it. There's much easier ways to earn money. If if I was on my own and she left me and I had no kids, I wouldn't be boxing. Not a chance.
What would you be doing?
Do you think I'm ripping the hoop out of myself in this gym every day and literally dying on treadmills, having heart attacks, spewing my guts up? I've ran that many times and I've ran that hard that I've spewed the bile up off my stomach. Do you think I'm doing that because I want to do it? Do you think I'm doing that like to be this king? No. I'm doing it because it's the only thing I can do that can provide the right living that I want to provide for the family that I've got. I couldn't do it for me. I would be. There's much easier ways to earn a living than boxing, professional boxing. Boxing, I've been doing this 20 years. Boxing is not a sport. Boxing is not a profession, it's a way of life. It's been running my life for 20 years.
What would you be doing then?
You don't want to know. I don't know. I fear. I don't know, but I know whatever I do and I'd want to be the best. So I've always wanted to be the best at whatever I do. So
your initial response to that was you don't want to know, so obviously something was in your
no,
brain.
I just don't know. I really don't know, Cougs. I don't know. I don't know, but it'd have to be something for a lot of money. So I wouldn't have been working in a pillar. You've got to remember all the jobs I had over the years, they was to subsidise the dream of being the world champion, of getting to the chance where you get $1 million paydays, or £1 million paydays, or fighting on this, or becoming double. Oh, it all started off with, I want to be ABA champion. I can prove I can be it. You win an ABA title, I want to box for my country. You box for your country, you want to win Olympics or whatever. You're not good enough to go. Okay, you take your path onto the professional journey. What do you want to do? First goal is win a British title. Win a British title, what's next? Okay, I want to pay my house off. I want to own my house out of boxing. Okay, you surpass that, what do you do next? I want to be British, Commonwealth, European champion. Okay, you surpass that, you do it. You get to the stage where you go, right, okay, what am I doing this for? I've always chased the dream of world champion. And then the worst thing is, you become world champion, but financially you ain't got a fucking pot to piss in. So, I've become world champion, I've defended my belt, I've paid my house off. What's next? I had a dream. I wanted to own X amount of properties to invest in for my kids and my future. I've done that. So then you go, well, what am I still doing this for? Well, I'm doing this now because I want to prove people wrong. And I gave a man my word that I'd give him a rematch, even though he's all laughed at me. If you remember, before that first fight, I sat in that press conference, the final press conference at the O2 Indigo. I sat there and I said, don't worry, David. When I beat you in this fight, I'll give you a rematch. Everybody laughed in the room. Not just him, everyone laughed. All the media, I don't forget that. All the media were laughing at me. And I said, don't worry, I'm going to give you the rematch. Do you know what he done? You seen what he done in the ring after the fight. See what he was laughing at me and all the media were laughing at me. He was laughing then. Because all he done is beg me on that camera for a rematch. If Tony Bellew would oblige. He must have said oblige about 50 times. If Tony Bellew would oblige me. If Tony Bellew would oblige me. If Tony would oblige me a rematch. I would do it on his terms. I would do it at his venue. If Tony Bellew would oblige me, I would come to it at Goodson Park. If Tony Bellew would oblige me. Tony Bellew can kiss my ass. That's what. So I remember getting laughed at in them press conferences. I remember sitting there. So yous all might have forgot, but I ain't forgotten nothing. Like I say, you're getting laughed at. And then I go and give him the rematch. So everything I said in the first fight, I meant. Everything I said in the build-up to the first fight, it happened. It's like I was fucking Houdini. Your body will break down. Guess what? This time, he won't expend himself enough to break down. I'll have to knock him out. So, just get ready for a good fight on May the 5th. Because David Haye's getting knocked out. Say what you want about the first fight. It's not the first fight, it's now the second fight. And he's getting knocked out.
One more thing I want to speak to you about.
Go on then, quick, because what's the time?
I don't know.
I'm in the shit.
One more thing.
Okay.
I think the last time we spoke to you, the Golovkin-Canelo fight was in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know Golovkin may still fight on May the 5th. It's not against Canelo.
No.
Right decision, in your opinion?
Cheated, yeah. I feel for Triple G because he still wants to take the fight badly, and I understand why. Financial gains from that fight are huge, you know. So I do understand it, but you know, I don't. It's not been very well publicised exactly how much he's failed on or what. I mean,
The hearings this week, is it?
I don't understand how much of it's in his system or whatever, so I'll wait till that's come out. But either way, you know, he's failed the drug test. He's fucking cheating. You know, clam booze and all, you've had meat and all that. I don't know how much meat you'd have to eat, KUGAN, to fail. So could you eat one steak and fail? I don't know. What's he doing eating Mexican meat in the first place? I don't know. So I don't know all of it around it. So it would be very unfair of me to judge. I mean, at the end of the day, that fight was in my opinion, that fight was going to be on Sky. Eddie had very nearly got it to Sky, so it would have been a big blockbuster bill. So it's very unfortunate that the fight's off, but ultimately I don't really want to see steroid cheats given the chance to earn fortunes of money. So I don't know. It's very similar to what's happened to Tyson Fury. We don't know the ins and outs, and why isn't people releasing them? If he's a steroid cheat, come out and just say he's a steroid cheat. It's like with Tyson Fury. People are going on, he's a steroid cheat, but no one's actually come out and told us and said this is what he's on. No, everyone's going out and Angelo. No, because no one's come out and said, right, you've got X amount of this in your system, that's what you're getting banned for. So I don't have Tyson Fury down as a drug cheat, because no one's come out and put it on him and said that's why you got 2-year ban for taking drugs. Tyson Fury took a 2-year leave from boxing on his own accord. He just went nuts for 2 years. He just had enough. You know, you throw all that fame and fortune on the kid's head at the last minute, and he's lost the plot for a little bit. He's gone off his cake. But at no point, I mean, why didn't it come out, KUGAN, when he was getting ready for the Klitschko rematch? Why didn't all this come out? Oh, he's failed the drug test. No one said anything. Why didn't no one say anything? Because he hasn't really failed the proper drug test, in my opinion. And it's all well and good saying it 18 months, 2 years later. Why didn't you say it there and then when it happened? I can't understand that. It's happening again now with Canelo. Has he failed the drug test? But come on and bleed and say it. Say exactly what amounts in the system. Say exactly how he's done it.
Elevated levels?
Yeah, I've heard of elevated levels before, but then I've also read up on elevated levels can appear in vegan eaters. So if you declare you're a vegan, you're allowed to have elevated levels of certain substances in your body. People don't know that, do they? But I do. Read up on it. So, you know, I don't fully understand the process behind it all, and I think it's a dark patch, and people don't really want to touch it and say much. I'd love to be able to sit down with scientists and have them explain it to me in layman terms. You know, I really would, but you know, either way, people taking drugs in boxing is just wrong, innit? It's sad, lad, it's killing the sport. But you'd be amazed, KUGAN, how many's on it. There's a lot of fighters on drugs, lad. Okay, 12 champions, 4 belts in each division. I make that as what? 48 world champions. Yeah, 4 12s, 48. I'd be amazed if more than 20 were clean. Be amazed if more than 20 of
You'd
them,
be amazed if more than 20 out of 48 world champions were clean.
Yeah, I'd say more like 10. It's my opinion on it.
Entitled to your opinion?
Of course I'm entitled to my opinion. And I know because I see it. How the fighters get better as they get older, Cougs. Not like better as in, I'm much, mentally, I'm far more better now than I was when I was 25. Physically, I can't do that shit like I used to. Just ain't working. I see fighters on the wrong side of 35 and they're looking like they were like 20, the way they're moving. How does it happen? How does it happen? You see fighters recovering from injuries, career-threatening injuries, in a few months' time. How does it happen, Cougs? I'm asking you. I mean, you've seen them.
No.
You've seen these fighters as well. You've seen them. I've seen them. How did he come back so quick? I mean, I can't. I'm finished after a little tear on the banjo. Never mind something on the muscles and stuff. But listen, I know how damaged my hands are, and I know how long it takes to recover from the breaks and the fractures and the. But so, I just don't know how all these other fighters are doing it. Don't know.
You make sure you stay away from that Mexican meat anyway.
Oh, listen.
Because you know no one would ever believe you.
Mate, if someone comes back, Bellew's on drugs, they'd just go, you fucking kidding? Seen the kip of him? They're the worst drugs he's ever been taking. Paracetamol and ibuprofen. It's about as strong as it gets for me. Nah, man. And I'm scared of needles as well. I'm petrified of needles. What a pussy I am. I've got to go, Cougs. Honest to God.
You chilled out now on social media?
Yeah, I'm trying my best. I was on the verge of giving someone a warning yesterday, but I just done a woosah in my hotel room and had to lie down. Trying to chill out. Do you think it's better to do it like this,
I think we
Cougs?
just need to just like, when you see something, maybe just take 10 minutes out.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah,
I
or a deep
agree.
breath.
For the
and
first
just,
time in a long time, Cougs, I agree with what you're saying. I think that's a very good piece of advice. So when something annoys me, woosah, a bit of Mike, what's his name? Everyone wants to be like Mike.
Mike Lowry.
Bit of Mike Lowry, woosah, woosah. I just need to do a little bit of that. So, or I could call up the common figures in my life. Got some very good people in my life. Very fortunate to have the good people I have in my life. So, should call them up, see what they think.
Quick one, Usyk's out of the CASSIUS
Yeah,
fight.
it's good.
Shame, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great shame. Amazing fighter.
So
Two
it
of them
gets
are brilliant
rescheduled
fighters.
for whenever it does, but
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully it gets rescheduled for a couple of months later, and I'll be there to watch that. I really
What,
like
to
it.
jump in the ring.
Nah, man, I'm not about that life anymore. I don't need to do that. I've done everything I need to do like that. Congratulate the winner.
You're talking like that was 10 years ago. You did it last year. You're
Yeah, but
kicking Toblerones at David
That was
Haye.
because I needed to make the biggest fight in my career. I've done that, Cougs.
Fair enough.
You won't see that anymore. I've done that. I don't need to do it now. I just need to chill out. I've got nothing left to prove, Cougs. I've got nothing left that I really need and have to do. Like I said to you before, I've won a world title. I woke up on the Sunday morning and got a pot to piss in. I'm world champion of the world. Biggest fight in my life. So what do I have to do, Cougs? I have to generate what I need to generate. I've done that now. You won't see me doing all that nonsense anymore. 10 days are gone. It doesn't mean it wasn't me, because it was me. It was me being the person I needed to be to make what I needed to make. I've done that now. So, happy days.
Tony Bellew, thank you very much for all to IFL TV.
Pleasure.
And,
always tune in to iFilm London.
IFL TV.
Always tune in to IFL TV. Fantastic channel with fantastic backers in MTK. I think it's great what they're doing with the shows, putting them on. Small shows are the thoroughbred and the life and soul of boxing. Without them, boxing cannot continue to evolve. So I give massive props to MTK for doing what they're doing. These small shows, not on TV. They're going out there and putting out there and keeping fighters busy. Because if the fighters aren't busy, no one's earning. People fall out of love with boxing, fighters walk away. Good on them for doing what they're doing. I do notice from afar.
Thank you very much, Tony Bellew.
Pleasure.
Three rounds, 3 minutes, 3 fights.
Unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.